How did a small basement betting shop transform into a world-renowned bookmaker with annual profits in the hundreds of millions of dollars? Besides Conor McGregor, who else represents Parimatch? Why did the deal to sell the company fall through in 2016, and what is it worth today? In this video, we'll tell you how Parimatch evolved in Ukraine and later expanded globally. You'll learn why this bookmaker is well-positioned to conquer the Indian market and what sets it apart from its competitors. Parimatch was founded in 1994 in Ukraine by Eduard Schwindlerman and his wife. The first betting shop operated in a small space near a stadium. Odds had to be calculated manually since automated algorithms didn't exist at the time. Eduard's wife personally handled the bets and payouts. This was the beginning of one of the world's largest betting companies. In 2000, the Parimatch website was launched, but online betting was not widespread at the time. Alongside the website, physical betting shops continued to operate. Initially, the company focused solely on the Ukrainian market, but gradually expanded its operations. By 2011, there were 700 betting shops across Belarus, Russia, Georgia, and Moldova. In 2015, the company entered the Kazakhstan market, and in 2018, it began accepting bets in Tanzania and Cyprus. 2 years later, Parimatch joined the Esports Integrity Commission, which combats fraud in esports. Due to a ban on gambling in Ukraine in 2009, the bookmaker had to close all 200 of its local betting shops. It wasn't until 11 years later that a law was passed allowing licensed companies to organize gambling activities. Parimatch became the first bookmaker in Ukraine to receive a license. Today, Parimatch is valued at $1 billion. The company employs over 1,000 IT specialists who maintain the website's functionality. Each month, the bookmaker processes around 5 billion bets. The scale of the company is impressive, and it is rapidly entering new markets. The bookmaker already accepts bets in Africa and Latin America. However, in 2023, the company faced sanctions in its home market of Ukraine due to tax evasion, resulting in a 70% drop in revenue. More than a year later, Parimatch agreed to pay an additional $24 million in taxes to re-enter the Ukrainian market. An interesting fact, Parimatch could have been sold in 2016 for $200 million, and the deal was already in place. However, investigations into the company's involvement in organizing gambling activities in Ukraine began at that time. The company's account was frozen, and the office was closed for 2 months. By the time Parimatch resumed operations, the deal was no longer relevant. The company entered the Indian market relatively recently, in June 2021. Despite India's online betting space already being crowded with other bookmakers, Parimatch quickly gained the trust of local players. This isn't surprising, as few competitors could boast ambassadors like Mike Tyson or Conor McGregor, who represented Parimatch. The most popular UFC fighter signed a sponsorship deal in 2019. With McGregor's arrival, the bookmaker's visual style became brighter and bolder. The rebranding was completed with a video featuring an actor chosen by McGregor himself, Islam Badurgov, a lookalike of the famous Irishman. Parimatch is partnered with football clubs like Chelsea, Juventus, Leicester, and Everton, and it also sponsors several prominent esports teams. Additionally, Parimatch is the official betting partner of the UFC in Europe. With such credentials, Indian betting enthusiasts eagerly register on the site, which already has over 2.4 million users worldwide. Not long ago, the Parimatch betting exchange also launched in India. Unlike a bookmaker, on the exchange, bets are made between players without the involvement of a betting operator. The platform only acts as an intermediary between the participants, charging a small commission for the service. As a result, odds on the exchange are usually higher than those offered by bookmakers. However, the selection of events is limited, as you need to find an opponent willing to take the bet. Parimatch started in the early 90s as a small betting shop and has grown to an international scale. The bookmaker has been operating for 30 years and has developed a long-term growth strategy. It values its reputation and earns users' trust. What do you think? Could Parimatch become the #1 bookmaker in the Indian market?